Hayakawa. Now you can see in the bottom half of the draw, the defending champions and two-time winners, Asan and Yeon, beaten by the Danes Conrad and Colin. And the beaten finalists from 2014, Chai Biao and Hong Wei, also through to semi-finals in the bottom half of the draw. So the world number ones, Yong and Yeon. And Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hayakawa. Number 6 seeds from Japan. A fourth consecutive quarter-final here for the Japanese combination. I did actually reach the semi-final in 2014. Last year a quarter-final, and in 2013 a quarter-final. Both times they lost to the now world champions Mohamed Hassan and Yeon, who, as we just saw, have lost their quarter-final earlier this evening, to Mads Conrad and Mads Colling.
White or red? White.
So this is the only quarter-final left to
red.
Be contested.
Take this side.
During the courts, matches have finished. So the number 1 seeds, well, this is their third appearance here at the Malaysia Open as a pair. Now, I was giving you duff information yesterday about this man, Yong from Hongju.
Kristen Heelun, Denmark.
27-year-old. He's been in 5 finals. I told you 4 finals yesterday, but he's been in 5 finals with 4 different partners. 2 mixed doubles. I missed one of the mixed doubles. Won the men's doubles in 2009 with Jung Jae-sung. And he's been world number 1 with 4 different partners, 3 in the men's doubles, including his partner of today. Young-sung, the 29-year-old, caught up in Jeonju. They reached the final of the German Grand Prix Gold earlier this year, the semi-final of the All England. Now both of their matches, 2 straight games, are very convincing, including yesterday against the home players, Go Vi Shem and Tam Wee Kyung, who prior to their home event had been in the semi-final of both the Super Series events this year, the All England and the India. So to the Japanese combination, the number 6 seeds, Kenichi Hayakawa and Hiroyuki Endo. There is Hiroyuki Endo, 29 years of age. And he and his partner have been as high as 2, total of 6 weeks as world number 2s. Kenichi Hayakawa turned 30 3 days ago on Tuesday. There he is, the birthday boy from earlier in the week. Well, as far as they're concerned, not only a final spot once again in the All England, that was their 3rd All England final, semi-final of the German Grand Prix. That's the only 2 tournaments this year. Their first 2 matches are both against qualifiers, including the qualifiers from Malaysia yesterday, Hoon Tien Hao and Tao Kok Siang, the left-hander. Won the 2nd game on their 5th match point opportunity. Now this will be the 9th meeting between these 2 pairs. The previous 8, Lee Yong-dae and Young-sung, have won 7 of them, including the last 6. And they won the last 6 in straight games. Well, I think it said 2015 German, did it? Or certainly this year they played in the semi-final of the German Open.
Kenichi, Hayakawa to serve. To Lee Yong Day. Level. Play.
Oh, string's gone. Opening rally.
1 love.
Now, the fact that the Koreans won the last 6 meetings and the last 6 meetings in straight games must be a little concerning, Steen, if you're a Japanese fan, I would think.
Yeah, but I think the Japanese pair, they sort of welcome these windy conditions here in Kuala Lumpur, because if you've lost 6 times and haven't really managed to get anything going, then you need a little help, and maybe some wind against and some wind playing with you could help a little bit.
Service over. 1-all.
We saw the Japanese pair in really good form at the All England. Lost, however, the final. Was it their 3rd final?
It was the 3rd final, yes, indeed.
So, of course, this seemed to be their biggest opportunity against Ivanov, Susanov, but Russians played really well, and I just feel that Endo was really well, playing really well at the All England, and so maybe this is 7th time lucky for the Japanese.
Yeah.
Service over.
Incidentally, that was 3 All England finals in 4 years.
2-all.
2013, 14 and 16.
But yeah, and on the other hand, you probably couldn't find a more different hole to this one than the All England.
Yes.
Where you can rely on your defense. You don't have to play so sharp on the front quarter at the net.
3-2.
And that's definitely what is going to be needed here.
Service over. 3-all.
Oh, look at that defence. Yeah.
Service over.
Oh, it was an amazing defensive shot from Lee Yong Day.
4-3.
In the middle of that rally.
And the sound is good from the racket of Seong. It's really crisp.
On the final smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a new tension in his racket.
Service fault call.
Service fault called.
Service
Struck
over.
above the waist, says our service judge.
4-all. No flash, please. Okay.
And I also think fault for not pointing in a downward direction.
Mm.
Your attention, please.
Service over.
Spectators are reminded not to use flash photography when the game is on. Your cooperation is much appreciated. Please enjoy the game. Thank you.
Missed opportunity.
Well played.
Yeah.
Service over. 5-6.
So if the Japanese pair can move Yong Sung and make him move from side to side and hit shots from below the tape, then they have some opportunities.
Oh yes, lovely change of pace.
6-all. Seven, 6.
Oh, goodness. What a rally. Yeah, I agree with you, Steen.
Service over.
There's a certain sound coming off the racket of Young Sung.
7-all.
Couple of smashes in that rally. Power and placement, that
Yeah,
final
yeah.
one.
Play.
Great play there by
Service over.
Kenichi Hayakawa.
8-7.
Preferred front court player by the Japanese pair.
You were making some fascinating comments yesterday, Steen, about, you know, I've always focused...
Which one of them?
There were many. There were many indeed. But I've always focused on the front court player and how that important that is in all the doubles disciplines. And you were pointing out that actually it's how the players play out of their favoured formation that makes the difference at this level of badminton.
I think it is, yeah. I think it is, because you simply won't be able to get your favorite position so many times you need, because these players are so good in defense that they will eventually be able to move you around. And if you don't function well in that secondary role, then that will limit your overall strength,
Yeah.
level of strength. Not level of strength. What's it called? Playing level.
They have an expression, you're only as strong as your weakest link or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And so if when you're in your so-called weak formation,
Yes, how strong?
How
is
strong
that?
are you? Yeah.
That's important.
yeah. Oh, that's clever placement again on the smash from Yu Young Sung.
8.
That's fantastic smashes. Also, taking into consideration that there's a little bit drift coming towards the Koreans, so the shuttle actually arrives faster than normally would expect.
Oh, backhand control. Yeah. Oh my word, he really is smashing well, isn't he? Is that another racket gone? He did well to control it.
10-8.
Look at the second smash towards that left hip. Yeah, in fact, he hits him on the left hip.
Ten, 8.
Yeah, it was a good return of serve,
Service
just enough
over.
pace on it. Make it
9,
awkward for Lee Yong
10.
Day.
All.
Yep. Just inside the back line. And that one
Service over.
well on.
11-10.
So it
Interval.
is the #1 seeds. You have the advantage, albeit just one solitary point. No, they did have a terrific end of year last year, the Koreans. 4 consecutive Super Series titles. 6 Super Series titles over the last 8 Super Series tournaments.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Kenichi, go on. Eleven, 10. Play. Service
Oh,
fault
service fault called. Second time
Service
he's
over.
been faulted.
and then Yeon, he makes a gesture that has nothing to do with his service movement. Afterwards, his racket points directly at his toes, but it has nothing to do with his service movement.
Oh, I thought he moved before the serve was struck. Oh, goodness me. Unbelievable. Fabulous rally.
12-11.
Great control on the defence from Endo. And then follows forward.
Two of the pairs with the best defense in the world. I can't really.
How you play?
Maybe the 2 other Korean pairs could challenge. I don't think.
Well, Christian Johannesson wants to have
No
a word.
talking to the service judge. You come to me, okay?
Yep, quite right too. If you go and talk to
12,
the
11.
service judge, it can be perceived as intimidation and trying to influence. Whether it's intimidation, it's certainly trying to influence. And
Definitely.
Out. Service
the
over.
serve is short.
12
It's his second
all.
service error. Oh,
Yeah,
Service ball.
and that put so much pressure on Lee Yong-dae.
right. Well, this is striking the feathers before
Service over.
the cork.
13, 12.
Do you agree with that?
Was it that?
Yes.
Because I saw the sign was not
No.
pointing in the downwards direction. Oh. Yeah. It sounded like that.
It sounded on, didn't it? We haven't had a fault on that for, well, I can't remember since when.
Look at that shot there. That was a total
14,
miss
12.
from Lee Yong-dae. We don't get it in slow, and that might be okay because it wasn't really worth much. It was just such a big mistake that the players must feel a little bit awkward making these kind of mistakes because
Yeah.
they normally never do.
Yeah, that's a brilliant
15,
third shot. That
12.
really is. From Hayakawa. Watch this. That is sensational. Backhand kill.
Oi.
Oh my goodness.
Service over.
Yeah, well, it was ambitious to
13,
take that round the head,
15.
wasn't it? Not surprised he made the error, but crikey, what an error.
Not much court left to work with for Endo.
Good pressure from Lee Yong-dae.
14, 15. All.
Yeah.
Service over.
And there's another one of those errors that in normal conditions without this extreme drift, I don't think it'd ever have made.
16,
Completely mishit it.
15. Service over.
It's just incredible, isn't it?
16, all.
And when he first gets a good
Play, please.
quality shot in Lee Yong-dae, he's almost impossible to get it past at the net.
Service over. 17, 16.
That was a nice idea. Oh, that was going out, surely.
Service over. 17 all. Service over.
Well, the net cord on the return of serve.
18, 17.
Look at that.
Has to hit the net, otherwise it's long, that return from Hayakawa.
Oh. 19, 17.
2-point advantage and 2 points away from this opening game. Japanese pair.
And that would be the first game in, what, 12?
Gentlemen.
6 meetings.
Six meetings.
Yeah. Well, this is the Lee Yong
You
Day.
have to be faster to receive. You have to be faster to start serving. Okay? Play.
Yeah. Too much time wasting. Yeah. Koreans won the last 6.
Service over. 18, 19.
Oh. Yeah,
Service over.
well worked. So
20,
2 game point
game
opportunities.
Point, 18. Pass the shuttle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is indeed the first
First
game that
won by Hiroyuki,
the Japanese
Endo,
pair
Kenichi,
have
Hayakawa,
won since January
21,
2014 at the Korean Super Series. No, opening game to the number 6 seeds. 21-18.
And it's been a tough tournament for the top seeds. Out of the 1 to 4 seeds in the whole tournament, there's 20 of those. We have only got 7 through to the semi-finals so far. This could actually be the 7th pair, but if the Koreans manage to come back in this match, we'll have 8 of the first 4 seeds into the semi-finals. So a lot of surprises here in Kuala Lumpur.
Well, Koreans back on court first. That's a great stat you've just given us, Steen, about the top
20
seeds.
seconds.
If you look at all the
20
winners of the
seconds.
first 2 Super Series tournaments this year, not one single number 1 seed. Highest seed, number 2 seed, Kenta Momoto last week in India.
Second game. Level. Play. Service over. 1 love.
Now that was one of the rallies with the Koreans out of their favoured formation. And Lee Yong-dae having to play from the back of the court and Yu Young-sung from the front. Clash of rackets, 2 Koreans.
Service over.
Yu Young-sung goes off to take a new racket. Look.
I have a feeling that he's used quite a number of rackets
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Which would, I know that was a clash of rackets, but it would support your theory that he's maybe got a different tension in his rackets, that the string's breaking.
But also that that the shuttle is not exactly where he wants it to be. It's a little bit off the normal spot where he sort of would judge it to be.
Yeah.
There's not so many sweet spot hits as he's used to.
Service over.
But it could also be the tension,
Yeah, but
even though it was a wild guess back then.
yeah. But actually, I mean, the more I think about it, the more right I think you are and wrong I am, because, I mean, it would be very odd for a player to change tension in their rackets at this stage and build up to the Olympics and so on.
I would definitely advise against it, because it could lead to all kinds of trouble, especially shoulder injuries.
Yeah.
Because the timing will be a little bit off, the feel of the shuttle and so on. It affects the shoulder when it has to do the same movement over and over again. We've seen it a number of times. Do not change racket, tension, or shoes. Socks for that matter as well, because suddenly you get a lot of blisters from another sock mark.
Service over. 2-4.
One of the best ways to annoy badminton players is to tell them they have to check their bag in at the airport, that they can't have their racket bag with their shoes in, that they can't have it as cabin luggage. Every badminton player wants to have their rackets and their shoes as cabin luggage.
5-2.
Yes, in case the bag goes missing.
Yeah.
The checked-in bag.
Yeah.
Hiroyuki. Too late. Too late. You have to do it immediately. Yes. Okay. 5-2.
Oh, what was that? They're pondering on whether to challenge or not.
Service over. 3-5.
Another miss hit from Lee Yong-dae. Hit the ground before the net, I think.
Get ready.
Oh. Almost landed in. Misjudgment, he could have played that.
Service over. 6-4.
In fact, looking at that again, I think it landed well in.
Seven, 4.
It's a great serve again.
Service over.
Oh, I've never had more than 3
5,
points in it all
7.
the way through this match.
And the Japanese, they still manage to come through with their attack. That's comforting for them.
Six, 7. Is it wet? Is it okay? Okay. Yes. Point to please. One. Yes. 6-7. Service over.
Oh dear.
8.
I think that's
6.
his first service error, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, it's landed a mile long.
9-6.
Well, for the first time,
6.
we've had a 4-point difference between these two pairs.
Service over. 7-10. Change. Service over.
So once again, a
11-7
4-point
interval.
difference. This time it's at the mid-game interval. Yeah, there was a slight net cord deflection of the shuttle on the return of serve that made it awkward for the third shot.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Hayakawa, Endo. On court. 11-7, play.
Just long.
Service over. 8-11.
Great defence. Yeah.
9.
You seem to be targeting Young Sung. Smash across the body there.
Yeah, I think you're right, Joe. And that's a good plan. Because if you're targeting Lee Young Dae, then you're going to be in trouble. Sooner or later, you might have early success, but eventually, as long as it's not a major tournament, you're going to be in trouble if you target him.
Service over. 12-9.
Oh, that's magnificent
Service
from
over.
Endo.
10-12.
That's such an acute angle. Very, very well played. Look at that.
And that's what we see in the singles as well as here in this situation, that it's so hard to, if you play the cross first and then gets crossed back at, so you have to go back. It's really difficult to make good shots.
Time is over. 13-10.
Well played. He's so lethal there.
14-10.
Now that's almost the sort of play you were talking about that you wanted in the men's
in the men's
singles,
singles, yes.
from Victor Axelsen.
Yes.
Don't worry about having to put it away the first time.
You'll get bigger chances.
Yeah.
Service over. 11-14.
It's quite interesting that after the first game here, which the Japanese pair won, if you check the bookies live odds, then the Japanese pair, they were still the underdogs. They were only 40% to win the match, so 60% favorite to win the match, even after losing the first game, Yo Young Sung and Lee Young Dae.
Four. 12-14.
Lee Young Dae's own little demonstration, not really delivering the shuttle, passing the shuttle to the Japanese in a good way. I think he felt there was a overhand service.
Service over. 15-12.
Oh, look at that. That was tremendous. Oh, yes, good rally. It's a very good rally.
(13-15). Change the shot.
Good little deception from Hiroyuki Endo there. Catches Yeon off balance, and he's able to outplay him in the next shot.
Service over. 16-13.
Yeah, there's quite a few Korean fans in. Oh, it's brilliant backhand again. Oh, sensational defence from Yong. That is unbelievable.
17-13.
Technically and tactically. Look at that. Magnificent. Technically, how did he play that? Oh. Got to be our shot of the day, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely a highlight here in this quarterfinal in men's doubles, who is in many ways going quite as you would expect, more or less.
18-13.
3 points away from forcing a third game.
And then if they are successful in doing that, the Koreans will have a huge advantage in the third game, in my opinion, because they will finish on this side of the court.
Service over. 14-18.
Oh, service fault called.
Service over.
Second time he's been faulted.
(19-14). Game point 14.
6 opportunities to force a decider. It's gone long. 21-14. Second game, and it's one game apiece.
21-14. 1 game all.
44 minutes 1 game all.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds.
So the third and deciding game here.
Final game. Level. Play.
Oh my goodness me. Oh. What a rally. Oh, it's a tremendous opening rally. It really is.
That's a fantastic start to the third game.
1 love. Change. Service over. 1-all.
I feel the services from the Japanese pair have suffered a little bit from the 2 service fault calls. And they're not as good as they were in the first game, and I think that very well could be decisive. Who sort of gets into the best service rhythm and avoids any calls.
Yeah.
Three, 1. Endo. Change job. Seong. No walking. Get ready. Okay. Service over.
That mid-court area.
2, 3.
So effective in doubles. quick coming forward. That is super play from you, Young Sung.
So important for especially the Koreans to stay in balance, but more or less for both pairs. It's the best way to be able to control your shots.
Service over. 4-3.
They could meet each other a couple of times in the near future, these two pairs, as we're closing in on the Thomas Cup as well, where both teams are contenders.
Yeah.
Gentlemen. I've said it before. Yeah, I've said it before.
So a yellow card.
Warning for misconduct.
Yeah. He's had the verbal warning about taking too long in between points. And now he's got the yellow card. That's an official warning.
I like that. Instead of over and over again say play and be quick and ready and so on. I mean, just let the cards speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with getting a card.
Except there's a financial penalty, isn't there, for a yellow card?
5.
Yeah, and red card as well.
Yeah.
Change.
I think there was a player last week that got 6 or 7 verbal warnings.
That would have been expensive if it would have been red cards all the.
Yes, it would, wouldn't it? A red card is a point to your opponents as well. So, I mean, it would have been financially expensive and expensive as far as the match was concerned. Service fault call. Here we go.
Service over.
Third time.
Hayakawa.
Yeah, there is no need for the players to ask or talk to the service judge. The service judge gives a clear arm or hand signal.
Look at the left arm that goes up. It's a correct call.
Yeah.
5-0.
Oh, well taken. Yeah.
6-5.
That's what you were talking about earlier. How well can the players play out of their favoured formation? And at the moment, Young Sung playing very well at the net.
And he hasn't been faulted in neither the second or the third game. Well played.
7-5. Change.
Four straight points for the Koreans.
They're winning these flat exchanges now, the Koreans.
5.
Moving forward. Knowing that
Is the shuttle okay?
it's difficult for the Japanese pair to lift.
Stay. Stay. Yes.
Excellent attack from the Koreans, from my perspective.
9-5.
Keeping the pressure on the Japanese pair.
Yes.
Yeah, and one senses that this might be the decisive move. Six
Yeah.
straight points.
Yeah, I think so.
Service fault, goal.
Service fault call. You see, you put the dampers on things.
Yeah.
So, you know, you said he hadn't been called since that opening game. That's the third time he's been faulted.
But I agree.
Yeah.
6.
The left arm goes up. The interesting thing is to see this match tomorrow with the pair that wins this match, the semi-final they're playing. Will the service faults be called? Because there's no way they're going to change the way they serve from today till tomorrow.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Service
Good work
over.
once again by the Koreans.
Ten, 6.
What about Lee Young-dae's serve now? He somewhat affected him in the first game. And his partner was called. Not at all here.
Yeah, that's
Excellent
good.
service.
Yeah. Good rally. Oh, word. That's going wide. Oh, he's taken it. That's probably the longest rally of the match as well.
Yeah, and the best.
Yeah. Brilliant. And they go to the mid-game interval with a 5-point advantage. 8 of the last 9 points. What a rally.
The 66 shots.
Crikey, it's the longest of the day, isn't it? Must be.
I can't remember that we've seen any in the 50s.
No, I think you're right.
20 seconds.
Well, we're just 3 minutes
20 seconds.
shy of the hour mark.
Gentlemen, on court. Hayakawa, Endo, on court. Change. Eleven, 6. Play.
Unbelievable defence again from Lee Young-dae. That is
Service
fantastic.
over. Okay. No, just give it to them. 7, 11. Play. 8-11. Change.
Yeah, it was a lovely little push to the mid-court area there.
Service over. 12-8. Service over.
Yeah.
9-12.
Now, this is important for the Japanese pair. I think that they've given themselves a chance here.
Yeah, they're showing some resistance.
Yeah.
I was ready to rule them out at the interval.
Oh, it's
that's
just
a
wide.
pity.
Yeah.
Service over. 13-9.
Yeah, neither of the Koreans were covering that one. Oh my
What on
goodness.
earth was that for a service?
Now look at the service judge. He's indicating
Service over.
striking the shuttles, the feathers before the base of the shuttle.
13.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Well, he
yeah.
does sometimes chop underneath it, doesn't
Yes, comes a little bit from the side.
Service over. 14-10.
Puts in too much power in the flat shot there.
15.
Hiroyuki Endo, and that's being used against him. This one.
Oh, that's good.
Service over. 11-15.
Yeah, good work.
12-15.
Yeah, I like Eustein. Pretty much written the Japanese pair off as they changed ends. I thought that 5-point advantage to the Koreans was decisive.
Yeah, I think it is, but there's a slight little chance
Yes,
that they might come
yeah.
back.
No, there's a definite doubt in my mind now as to the outcome. Yeah, it's just 2 points in it.
13-15.
Exactly the perfect height there from the Japanese.
Service over.
Yeah, Japanese pair needed that point. I just sensed.
16-13.
All of a sudden, there's a little cushion again for the Koreans.
In the mid. Centre line. Thank you. Thanks. 16-13.
Oh, well, it was a good serve. It was an even better return.
14-16.
One point in it. Well, well, well.
16. Yong.
Back level.
And that's extraordinary.
16.
Yeah.
All. Thank you, Trevor. Don't get ready.
Oh, it's just long.
Service over. 17-16.
No matter how it ends, an encouraging performance by the Japanese pair,
Yeah.
getting much closer to Lee and Yeon.
It's gone wide.
Service over.
All deciding game.
17 all.
Well, this could turn out to be the longest men's doubles of the tournament. Certainly prior to today, hour and 15 minutes was the longest. About an hour and 9 minutes.
Yeah, and in some ways that makes sense, as it's two of the very best defensive pairs in the world, so they're also quite solid in the flat game and so on. So we've seen a number of long rallies, especially the first one here in the third game.
Yeah.
Wow. He's been serving great, and only called once this match, but very, very accurate.
Service over.
It's just long off the back line.
Turn the court. 18-17.
Yeah. Definitely long. serve is short of the mark.
18 all.
And when Rio comes, you gotta make those kind of serves, Mr. Lee Young-dae,
Yeah.
if you want to add a men's doubles gold medal to the mixed doubles you've already got.
Well, what a great response after the error on serve. He hits the net cord on the return.
18.
Win the point.
He actually had it, Hayakawa. He just wasn't aware that he had it.
Service over.
19 all.
19 all.
Who's got the nerve?
It's a good move. Excellent play.
And a wonderful drop shot to earn themselves a match point opportunity.
20, match point, 19.
Coming from 5 points adrift at the mid-game interval. 10-15 down as well. Well, the court will need to be mopped. 20 all, extra points required. I think it's only fitting that we go to extra points after this terrific men's doubles. Look at the reaction of Endo as his partner gets hit in the face. Look at the disappointment.
Who can blame him? And what a thrill this has turned out to be.
Yeah.
Everything went more or less according to plan in the first 2 games. And up until the interval in the third was pretty much as I expected. But what a great comeback these 2 guys have made.
all.
So having just saved a match point, now
21,
the world #1
20.
ranked pair have a match point opportunity themselves. No, court attendant called on.
Okay. Twenty-one, 20.
Match point for the Koreans. And they've done it. They've survived a match point against them. The Koreans coming through a thriller. Well, it's equalled the longest men's doubles of the tournament, 1 hour and 15 minutes. 22-20, deciding game. Yeah, the frustration in the end for Endo. But all credit to the Koreans, held their nerve. And they will make it an all-Korean men's doubles semi-final tomorrow against Kim Ki-jun and Kim Sa-ran. Their confirmation, 18-21, 21-14, 22-20, having survived a match point opportunity to the Japanese pair. So that concludes quarterfinals day here at the Celcom Axiata Malaysia Open. The home fans will be delighted because the Malaysian involvement in the mixed doubles and the men's singles, their players came through. But three of our quarterfinals going the full distance. The women's doubles, the Asian Games gold medalists Meswari and Polly coming through in an hour and 11 minutes. Ratchanok Intanon, the former world champion, well, she cruised, didn't she, against Pusala Venkata Sindhu of India. Then, as I say, well, the Malaysian mixed doubles pair were superb. An hour and 8 minutes to come through that in 3 games. Lee Chong-wei, well, the 10-time former champion, was simply too good for Victor Axelsen of Denmark. And what a thrilling men's doubles to conclude quarterfinals day, coming from match point down, having looked as if they were very much in control, Lee and Yu, when they were 15-10 up, but eventually winning it in an hour and 15 minutes, 22-20 in that deciding game. So quarterfinals complete, semi-finals tomorrow. We're earlier tomorrow. It's 1 o'clock local time. That's 0500 GMT. From all of us here in Malaysia, from Steen Pedersen, myself, Jill Clark, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.